This is 27 News First this morning.
Now at 6 a.m., the summer driving season begins today. This morning, what you need to be on the lookout for if you plan to hit the roads over this long holiday weekend.
Tragic new developments this morning in a double shooting where the suspect later shot himself as well. And on
WKYT, time running out on Capitol Hill before interest rates on student loans are set to double. We'll have those stories and more coming up on 27 News First this morning. Top of the morning to you and welcome in on your Friday. We're glad you're with us. We're headed toward hopefully some time off for you to enjoy. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey in for Stacy Ellison. Today it's Friday, May 25th. No doubt a lot of people are excited about a long weekend coming up.
And whether you're firing up the grill headed to the lake or just sticking around.
There are lots of options.
Yeah, maybe getting some projects done. It's going to be a hot one. We have little doubt about that. Let's check in with meteorologist Todd Borick in our First Alert Weather Center. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Temperatures set to soar today, and yet today is going to be the coolest day out of the next four. Let's take a look at live First Alert Defender. No precipitation out there at the moment, already in the upper 60s from Lexington to Covington, 70s off to our west, 59 cool degrees in London, 57 in Middlesboro. So areas of fog this morning, then warm and breezy by noon. Our high today in the upper 80s. There is a stray shower chance. Points along in north of I-64 today, but get ready, maybe some record heat this weekend. We'll talk about that when I come back.
Thank you, and we begin this hour with breaking news. Police have just released sketches of two men wanted in a home invasion.
Now, Winchester police sent the pictures to our newsroom. Here they are within the last few minutes. The men are wanted in the robbery that happened on Jackson Street last week. Police say the victim, an elderly woman, was tied up with tape for an hour before she could free herself. The robbers got away with rare coins.
If you plan to hit the roads over this holiday weekend, you're going to be accompanied by plenty of police officers out there working as well.
Yeah, they're going to be out there, and you can expect a lot more traffic as well. WKYT's Victor Puente is live in Lexington with ways to stay safe on the roads. Victor?
Good morning, guys. Traffic here along I-75 moving just fine right now, but it could slow down throughout the day as more people hit the road. AAA estimates around 35 million Americans will be traveling this weekend. Now, police here in Kentucky kicked off their Click It or Ticket campaign this week. They say they're looking for anyone not buckled up. They say if you don't have your seatbelt on and they catch you, you will receive a ticket. The campaign continues through June 3rd. Meanwhile, travel experts say you can avoid traffic by leaving before 10 a.m. or after 4 in the afternoon. You'll likely encounter more traffic early in the afternoon. Just a couple things to keep in mind if you hit the road this weekend. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT 27 News First.
There may be some additional relief on the roads if you plan to travel to western Kentucky. Transportation officials say the Egners Ferry Bridge over Kentucky Lake will reopen today. The bridge has been out of use since a ship hit it back in January. A walk on the bridge is planned this morning before it reopens for traffic.
And this morning, police are looking for suspects involved in a violent home invasion. The victim living on Winburn Drive in Lexington says he was tied up with an electrical cord and hit in the head with a gun. Police say the robbers forced their way into the man's apartment after knocking on the door. Investigators are working right now to determine what, if anything, was stolen in that ordeal. Also new, worshipers at a church may be sweating it out over this weekend. That's after an overnight situation where an air conditioner was stolen and damaged heavily there at the Lexington church. Let's go to WKYT's Angela Bevan live on Red Mile Road to show us the damage. This really is the kind of thing that's been a trend that we've seen happening a lot here lately. Good morning, Angie.
Good morning, Bill. That's right, and it certainly appears to be at this specific church. Workers here overnight say that similar crime here has happened before within the past year. They say becoming a problem and an expensive one at that. Go ahead and take a look here behind me. You can see where some sort of crooks were able to cut through that chain link fence and then get inside there to those air conditioning units. Now that fence is about 6 feet tall. They left behind thousands of dollars worth of damage. Lexington police say right around midnight they were notified of an alarm going off at the Disciples of Christ Church on Red Mile Road. Now when officers got to the church, they found someone had tampered with the air conditioning units. One of the 4 large AC units was totally disassembled. Now, since this seems to be a recurring problem, the workers tell us the church is looking into putting in surveillance as well as the alarms. Now, also in addition to causing that totaling in thousands of dollars worth of damage, the church now also will not have a properly working air conditioning as we approach this very hot weekend. Now, coming up in our next half hour, what police found here around the church that could help them lead to the crooks. Live in Lexington, Angela Bevan, WKYT 27 News First.
Angie, thank you. There's now a 3rd victim in a shooting incident from earlier this week. State police confirmed to us that Lori Hall Boswell has died at UK Hospital. Police say on Tuesday her ex-boyfriend Randall Derrickson shot Hall Boswell and another woman, Rhonda Rogers, in Powell County. Rogers died the same day. Police say Derrickson then shot himself. He also died at the hospital yesterday.
A public pool in tornado-devastated West Liberty is going to be reopening. Workers had to install a new power line to the pool and repair a nearby roof after the deadly March 2nd tornado. Community leaders say they are working now on some other summer activities for children.
Free movie nights in the park since our movie theater's gone. We're going to do that. Movies in the park, storytelling in the park, maybe some concerts in the park, and have something all summer long, and that will all be free.
We're told that everybody is going to be allowed into the West Liberty pool today for that free price.
Hundreds of unmarked graves line the cemetery grounds at the hospital once called the Kentucky Institute for the Feeble-Minded. Volunteers gathered yesterday at the Frankfort State Hospital to clean up the gravesite. Organizations that promote the rights of individuals with disabilities sponsored the project.
Raise awareness that, this is how people with intellectual and developmental disabilities were forced to live not so very long ago, and the number of self-advocates that we have out here today, these are folks that have expressed an interest in tending to these graves and remembering a piece of Kentucky history that's been forgotten.
As of now, the grave sites are not considered to be a historical landmark. Officials hope to change that, though.
The Senate has rejected 2 different bills that would have kept those student loan rates lower. If Congress does not pass a bill by July 1st, then the interest rates on federal student loans will double. The Senate appears to be deadlocked in a partisan battle. Lawmakers rejected dueling Democratic and Republican plans, with votes coming mostly along party lines. 7 minutes after 6 is our time as we check live drive traffic this morning. We'll go out on the roads and see what is happening, and we take a camera right now at New Circle and Liberty Road. It's starting to look like daylight out there. People are beginning to stir.
And that's right, a new day is dawning, and that means the drivers are going to be out there for this holiday weekend. Keep this in mind, from 9 to 3 today, the right inbound lane of Richmond Road at Old Lexington Mall is going to be blocked. This as crews work on the pond on what's the new satellite campus for Southland Christian Church.
And of course, out on the interstates, traffic increased volume of traffic throughout the next couple of days. The Indy 500 going on over the weekend, and of course a lot of traffic headed to the lakes down south, that kind of thing. Keep that in mind. Let's be safe, everybody. 27 News First this morning here on your Friday is just getting started. 8 minutes after 6 is our time.
Global economic concerns are keeping stock markets down overseas this morning. The historic losing streak one market reached overnight.
And Lake Cumberland is trying to bounce back from years of low water levels. How business is looking for this coming holiday weekend coming up.
A mild start outside. Get ready for some hot and eventually muggy weather ahead. My forecast next.
Now, 27 First Alert weather.
Well, good Friday morning on the, right on the doorstep of upcoming holiday weekend. If you are going to be traveling out of town or flying out, at least in terms of conditions outside, not dealing with many areas with rain. At least right now, live sky camera, beautiful shot. Looking east, sunrise today, 6:21, sunset tonight, 8:51. Live First Alert Defender. No precipitation out there for today as you head on through the rest of your Friday. If you are getting out of town, we're staying dry through the morning hours, becoming a little breezy. 82 degrees by noon. Temperatures soar to the upper 80s for highs today. Now, there may maybe a stray shower points north. There's going to be a frontal boundary, so if traveling northbound on I-75, you will encounter some showers and storms from really Cincinnati on northward, and then one of those stray showers may end up working its way farther to the south. Comfy tonight, 68 degrees by this time tomorrow. Looking ahead to the upcoming Memorial Day weekend, a stray shower chance for your Saturday, hot and muggy on Sunday, an isolated afternoon chance for Memorial Day itself. We're in the 60s right now, 61 Ashland, 65 degrees Jackson, 58 right now in London. You can really pick out a good look at that upper level ridge, bringing temperatures, even Detroit, 72 degrees, but much colder off to the north and west. So the ridge not quite reaching the upper plains yet. So there is a good look at the frontal boundary to our north. Bigger look here, you can see the rain mainly back off to the west. We're going to be looking at down to our south in a moment. If you're going to be traveling down to Florida or even the Carolinas, you may have to deal with some high surf. High pressure tries to keep us dry. There's that chance of a stray shower points north for this afternoon. Anything that does brew will dissipate after sunset tonight. Dry start tomorrow. For your Saturday, there is an isolated chance for showers east for tomorrow. Futurecast somewhat overplays the chance of precipitation, but it's certainly out there for your Saturday. It's just a slight chance for both days. Sunday is looking dry. Area of low pressure looking to develop just off the coast of Florida. That may end up playing a big role. Any plans heading down to, let's say, Florida, Jacksonville, down to Orlando, you may end up running into this area of low pressure that will eventually end up working its way out over into the Florida Peninsula from Saturday and Sunday. It may end up becoming a tropical depression, maybe even a named storm. That happens, and it'll be called up Burl. Coming back home here, temperatures soaring the low 90s, may end up at least tying a record. Really think Sunday's going to be the day. If we're going to at least tie or break a record, that's going to be the day to do it. Just for the simple chance we have a chance of a spotty shower points east on Saturday, so some convective clouds may keep those temperatures down. Either way, looking hot, even with those afternoon shower chances on Memorial Day itself. Just be careful outside. Hot and humid. You're going to really have to prepare yourself with light colored clothing, lots of sunblock, and lots of breaks in water.
The fact that it's happened kind of suddenly, I think, may take some by surprise when that temperature just zooms up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been talked about for a while, but it's so.
But it's one thing to talk about it. It's another to be out there and feeling it.
Yep.
So,
Todd, thank you. It's just about 6:15 now.
Well, the holiday weekend also kicks off the summer boating season. Businesses in Pulaski County say they're ready for it.
It looks like it. Managers at Lee's Ford Marina say every cottage there has been booked and nearby hotel rooms are filling up as well. Some along Lake Cumberland are still reeling because of lower lake levels caused by the repairs ongoing at Wolf Creek Dam.
With the end near, I think that people are getting more positive about Cumberland, and it seems that the Corps has a definite date. They haven't asked for more money.
There seems to be a lot of buzz about the lake there and others. Tourism officials say there's still plenty of water in Lake Cumberland for most activities. Looks inviting, doesn't
Easy
it?
to enjoy, really. When 27 News First this morning returns, some big name shows are on the schedule for a local venue. A preview of the upcoming season of Broadway Live at the Opera House.
There's more news in the morning on WKYT.
Good morning. Off to a great start. Things are very light right now. Didn't see any problems on the Circle or Man of War. And the interstate still looks okay. 75 across the Clays Ferry Bridge. If you're coming in from 64 from Frankfort, traffic is steady. Let's get a look outside right now, and we'll show you what's happening as you head out the door for work this morning. I-75, I-64 through the northern split. Normal traffic flow this morning there. As far as your drive times go, it's a straight shot. Really no delays anywhere headed toward Lexington. From the Parkway to the airport is 6 minutes. Winchester to the split, normal ride. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Don. Wherever you go, be careful out there today. This morning, Japan's Nikkei index is in its worst losing streak in 20 years. There have been 8 weeks of losses for that index. There are fears over the impact of Greece's possible exit from the Eurozone. A shaky global economy also weighed on the market. Right now, the Nikkei is at its lowest since late December. On Wall Street, stocks were mixed yesterday. The Dow Industrials rising 33 points. The Nasdaq fell more than 10.
6:20 on WKYT, and new statistics paint an improving picture on the job front. The Lexington metro area is home to the lowest unemployment rate in the state. According to the Office of Employment and Training, the rate dropped more than a full percentage point to 6.2% in April. The Owensboro area was just slightly higher than Lexington's, 7.8% unemployment. The Louisville metro area had the highest rate in the state, as you can see there as well. It's actually Louisville with a 7.8% unemployment rate. All right, a former Lexington mayor has a new job. Jim Newberry joined Georgetown College as general counsel and special assistant to the president. Newberry will also serve on the college's executive cabinet. He spent one term as mayor of Lexington. He lost his re-election bid to current mayor Jim Gray.
Season tickets go on sale today for the next season of Broadway Live at the Opera House. The season kicks off in November with West Side Story, Ballroom with a Twist, Catch Me If You Can. The Addams Family and Dreamgirls are also coming to the Opera House in Lexington. The season will also include a magic show and a tribute to Motown. Individual show tickets will go on sale in August. What a great lineup.
Good lineup,
wow.
For sure. Yeah, all right, some things to see and do. 6:21 on WKYT and your morning news. Glad you're with us on this Friday, heading in for that Memorial Day weekend. More to come in just a moment.
Strange new circumstances are coming to light surrounding the disappearance of a missing man. In our next half hour, the man's mother says her son was last seen with a double murder suspect.
All of our top stories are coming up shortly. Sports is on the way for you this morning. So nice to have you along for 27 News First this morning here on WKYT.
Well, good morning, Kentucky. Mild start outside, no precipitation at the moment as we head through the Memorial Day week and get ready for some heat and eventually some humidity. Highs upper 80s, low 90s through the weekend. Chance of an isolated shower points north today, points east tomorrow. Pet pick this hour, it's Cable. Looking like what? And Larry right there.
Or kind of like
at attention.
You said you wanted a picture. All right.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
We appreciate you taking that picture there, Larry. You can upload your pics to WKYT.com. Let's go to sports.
Good morning, everybody. Kentucky's in the semifinals of the SEC baseball tournament. A 5-1 win over Mississippi State Thursday. Brian Milam wraps it up from Hoover, Alabama.
The Wildcats are in the semifinals after a stellar pitching performance from Jared Grundy and Alex Phillips in relief. Thomas McCarthy goes 4 for 5 with an SEC tournament record tying 3 doubles as Kentucky gets the better of Mississippi State 5-1, being the aggressor right from the get-go.
I definitely felt good out there today. There were a lot of strikes, pounding the zone. I feel like I really took the game to them, and then having my slider where it was today really helped me to get all those strikeouts.
We were aggressive from the jump today. How about that? Yeah, really pleased to see our approach. I thought we were aggressive at the plate. I thought we were extremely aggressive on the mound. And I thought we were very, very aggressive on the bases. Obviously, there was some tremendous defense again. And you put that together, and it was a fun day for us.
We had some pretty hotly contested games last weekend in Starkville, and they wanted to desperately win this baseball game. They did a nice job in their execution, and and we didn't.
It's not something that's hard to find, and we finally found it again, and that's just our identity as a ball club, as we grind and we hustle, and we just try to out-mentality other teams, and it came today, and it was just huge for us.
I was also really aggressive. I wasn't guessing pitches, I kind of feel like I've been doing that lately, and just seeing it and hitting it, and it's what I did last year, and finally came around this year.
So with Kentucky winning again, they get another day off on Friday before coming back Saturday afternoon to face the winner of LSU and Mississippi State. Reporting from Hoover, Alabama, the 2012 SEC Baseball Tournament, Brian Milam, WKYT 27 Sports First.
Thank you, Brian. I'm Rob Bromley, and on this Friday morning, that's sports.